Hiring an attorney for trespassing crimes can be important because the facts often matter more than the label of the offense. A trespassing charge in Rogers County may seem minor at first, but it can still cause serious problems if not handled correctly. A criminal trespass case can affect your record, employment, housing, professional licensing, firearm rights in related cases, and your reputation. In some situations, a trespassing allegation may also be connected to other charges, such as burglary, vandalism, protective order violations, domestic disputes, theft, assault, or harassment. The defense may depend on whether you had permission to be on the property, whether proper notice was given, whether the property was clearly marked, whether you knowingly remained after being told to leave, and whether the state can prove every element beyond a reasonable doubt. Trespassing is still a criminal charge. Many people assume trespassing is simply a misunderstanding or a property dispute. Sometimes it is. However, once the state files criminal charges, you must take the case seriously. A conviction may create a criminal record and can result in fines, court costs, probation, jail exposure, or other conditions. Even when the punishment seems manageable, the long-term effect of a criminal record may be more damaging than the immediate sentence. An attorney can help determine whether dismissal, deferred sentencing, an amendment to a lesser offense, or another favorable resolution is available. Common trespassing situations in Rogers County. Trespassing allegations may arise from many different situations. A person may be accused of entering private land, crossing rural property, refusing to leave a business, returning to property after being banned, entering a residence or yard, hunting or fishing on land without permission, crossing property lines during a neighbor dispute, or entering property connected to a former relationship or family conflict. Some cases involve clear evidence. Others involve unclear boundaries, old permission, missing signs, disputed ownership, verbal agreements, mistaken addresses, or emotionally charged accusations. These details can make a major difference. Permission can be a defense. One of the most important questions in a trespassing case is whether you had permission to be on the property. Permission may be express, meaning someone directly allowed you to enter. Permission may also be implied from past conduct, business purposes, family relationships, lease arrangements, work duties, or other circumstances. If you reasonably believed you had permission, the defense may argue that you did not knowingly trespass. Text messages, emails, prior visits, witnesses, business records, lease documents, work orders, and property agreements may help support that defense. Lack of notice can matter. Trespassing often requires proof that the accused knew, or should have, that entry was forbidden or that they were required to leave. Notice may come from signs, fencing, locked gates, verbal warnings, written bans, posted property, prior police warnings, or direct instruction from the owner or lawful occupant. If there was no clear notice, the state may have difficulty proving the required criminal intent. This can be especially important in rural property cases, hunting-related allegations, boundary disputes, and cases involving unclear property lines. Property boundaries may be under dispute. Rogers County includes rural land, farms, residential property, commercial property, and undeveloped areas where property boundaries may not always be obvious. A person may cross onto another property by mistake, follow an old path, enter through an open gate, or rely on inaccurate directions. A mistake about location does not automatically excuse every situation, but it may help show that the accused did not intentionally or knowingly trespass. Surveys, maps, fence lines, photographs, GPS records, and witness testimony may become important evidence. Trespassing can connect to more serious crimes. A trespassing allegation can become more serious if the state claims the person intended to commit another crime, damaged property, threatened someone, violated a protective order, entered a dwelling, or refused to leave after repeated warnings. In some cases, what begins as a trespassing allegation may lead to burglary, malicious injury to property, stalking, harassment, domestic abuse, or protective order violation charges. An attorney can help identify whether the state is overcharging the case or trying to turn a property dispute into a more serious criminal matter. Do not assume the case will go away. Some people ignored trespassing charges because they believe the accusation is too small to matter. That can be a mistake. Missing court can lead to a warrant. Failing to respond can result in unnecessary convictions, fines, probation conditions, or other consequences. An attorney can review the charge, appear with you in court, communicate with the prosecutor, evaluate defenses, and work toward the best available outcome. Possible defenses to trespassing crimes. Possible defenses may include permission, lack of notice, mistake, unclear property boundaries, lawful purpose, ownership or possessory interest, consent from someone with authority, emergency necessity, lack of intent, false accusation, insufficient evidence, or constitutional violations. The best defense depends on the specific facts. A business ban case is different from a rural land case. A neighbor dispute is different from a domestic-related allegation. A hunting access issue is different from an accusation involving a residence. Why an attorney can help. An attorney can help by reviewing police reports, body camera footage, witness statements, photographs, maps, property records, leases, text messages, and any prior warnings. An attorney may also negotiate with the prosecutor, seek dismissal when the evidence is weak, request a deferred sentence when appropriate, or help protect your record through an expungement strategy after the case is resolved. In some cases, the goal may be to avoid a conviction. In others, the goal may be to prevent the trespassing case from affecting employment, licensing, custody, immigration status, housing, or another legal matter. Early legal advice can help protect your rights, avoid unnecessary mistakes, and pursue the best possible resolution.